And welcome back to the Northeast Florida Surf Fishing Forecast for June 1st through the 3rd. Hope everyone had a great Memorial Day weekend. And we have two videos. This one was shot in Fernandina Monday morning just to show you. This beach is fantastic if you haven't fished it before. A deep trough runs pretty much up and down the beach. You can fish this trough at high or low tide, and it's very reachable, and it's full of sand fleas. We got a video of that too. But plenty of sand fleas in Fernandina Beach, guys. And talking to a few of the locals during the weekdays, not much of a crowd on the beach, and there's plenty of parking up and down A1A. I think it's A1A. But yeah, it's really cool. There's even a little pier that's attached to one of the hotels. And this video was shot Ponte Vedra Boulevard Monday afternoon. Water is about a 6 out of a 10. Northeast winds at 10 to 15. Same thing, this beach has really changed since about 3 weeks ago. This is right at the turn of the tide to go out. As you can see, very, very reachable from where I was at. A couple weeks ago on the high tide, the trough was really hard to reach, but not so anymore. Plenty of sand fleas in Ponte Vedra as well. Right now, the whiting are really zoned in. This was up in Fernandina. Their beach is awesome. I'll be going back, but there's just sand fleas everywhere, guys. Real soft sugar sand with a lot of shells, which is perfect for sand fleas. There's schools probably every 10 to 20 yards, and that's what you want. The big whiting are hitting them. There's a lot of whiting that came up over the weekend hitting on the sand fleas and a few other baits, but small to medium sand fleas are really doing the job right now. And this video was shot same area in Ponte Vedra. As you can see, the beaches are very similar, a lot of shell, but tons of sand fleas, guys. They're sitting in inches of water. As the wave goes out, you'll be able to see the schools. And I didn't have my sand flea rake, but didn't need it. Easy to catch with your hand when they're this thick. Lots of good sizes to fish with, too. So no need to get more than you need. But let's talk about what's going to happen the next few days. Like we were saying, plenty of bait. Over the weekend, we got out of the negative low tides that affected much of the beach last week and really slowed the bite down. Over the weekend, there were pompano, nice whiting. In fact, on Monday, some 16, 17-inch whiting came up on sand fleas. Tons of spots, catfish. As you saw, that nice jack, probably about a 25-pound jack. Right now, the fish are hitting, like I said, sand fleas, fresh shrimp, fish bites, the flea flavor, the shrimp flavor, and the coquina clam. They're also hitting crab knuckles. And depending on the beach you go, like Courtney was up in Little Talbot, and she said that I believe they're hitting crab knuckles. There are tons of blue crabs everywhere. So that's the bait you want to use. Ponte Vedra, plenty of sand fleas, so the whiting are hitting the sand fleas. Same in Fernandina, that's what the whiting were hitting yesterday. Lots of spots though, so if you're using shrimp, right now, you are probably going to get picked to death. You will get some whiting, but you're going to get picked to death by spots and such. So fish bites are very good right now as well because we got a little bit of a current with this northeast wind. Throw your Sputnik out, and the spots are not pulling that off the hook. And so when a big whiting does come along, bam, he's hooked. Right now, you got water temperatures, looking at it. Flagler 78, water's going up, guys. 76 here in Jacksonville and 76 in Fernandina. Few reports of seaweed, not much. It's not in the big clumps from what I've been told. Small pieces. Water in the beach, like I said, is still nice. It's northeast as we speak right now, about 10 to 12 with higher gusts. In the next 3 days, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday. Tuesday, you're looking at northeast 10 to 15. Wednesday, east, southeast 10 to 15. And then Thursday, southeast 10 to 15. So the water for the most part should stay very nice and very fishable. You'll see the tides low in the morning, high in the middle of the day, low in the evening. I like those tides because you can either hit it early in the morning or catch the outgoing tide in the afternoon. Me personally, I don't like the full high tide. For like the last 5 months, the full high tide, at least for me, has not been producing. It's always been outgoing and the first 2 hours of the incoming. Hopefully that changes, but if not, that's what I like. I like those last 2 to 3 hours of outgoing, first 2 of incoming, and that's what everything's been biting on. Another little critter that's invaded the surf, especially in Jack's Beach, is the pinfish. They're everywhere right now. So you can help all of us guys out. If you catch them, maybe take them offshore and catch some grouper with them or snapper. Get them out of there. They're eating everything. They're eating the live shrimp on the float rigs, sand fleas on the bottom, shrimp on the bottom, clam on the bottom. They're even eating the fish bites. They're absolutely everywhere. Or they need to go into the river and plague all the river guys. In 30 plus years of surf fishing, I have never seen the pinfish like they are right now. It's one of those years. Another thing, there's also pogies. We saw some pogies getting busted in Fernandina on Sunday, and it looked to be a kingfish or tarpon cruising through them and absolutely hammering them. Also been some nice sharks. Remember, if you're going to shark fish, you need to take the class on the FWC website just to get all of that out of the way, and then go catch a shark. I would suggest if you are going to do it, I wouldn't do it where there's a lot of swimmers and a lot of kids. You don't need something to happen, and then next thing you know, you're all over the news, and you know how they'll start to bash the fishermen. We don't need that. Like I said, good fish should be caught the next 3 days. Whiting, pompano, spots. If you've never eaten a spot and that's all you're catching, take them home and eat them. There's nothing wrong with them. They're actually pretty good. Up north in the Virginia area, man, they fill coolers with spots, and it's a good fish. There's also some black drum. The redfish are starting to show up. They like that churning. The northeast wind gets it churning. They like that kind of stuff. If the mullets start cruising the beach a little bit more, we need mullet to show up. They showed up last year about the middle of June, and then next thing you know, they're redfish all in the surf. Still speckled trout early morning, late afternoon. If you can get a calm day, which it won't be the next 3 days, anywhere along the beach, get a nice calm, find a nice slough or a nice run out to fish next to, and throw either a float rig into it or that top water first thing in the morning. When you get a smooth, glassy surface first thing in the morning, that top water works wonders. A lot of noise, sounds like a wounded fish, and those trout can't resist. And occasionally, a 4 to 5 foot black tip will also take it, or a tarpon. And that's all I got. They're still catching a few Spanish at the jetties. It's sort of in a lull right now, whiting and pompano, whereas last week there weren't much caught. There was a ton of small whiting, but Sunday and Monday, some really nice whiting came up. And that's good because for the people fishing the whiting tournament tomorrow out of Jack's Beach, biggest fish wins, and it's usually like $500 to $700. Somebody's gonna catch a big whiting tomorrow. We got really good conditions. A northeast wind that's very fishable, good tides. Morning's good, afternoon's good. So hopefully we'll see some nice fish wade in. And this week looks good, guys. Hope everyone enjoys it and gets out there. Catch some sand fleas, bring your fish bites, bring your live shrimp, fresh shrimp, and go get some fish. And if you get some, send us your pictures. We'll put them in the report. It's been sort of scarce lately, and I'm not just going to keep putting stuff I caught up because I like to show what everyone else is catching. So we finally have some nice pictures today, and there'll be more on Thursday. We got a lot of good pictures today, so I have some in reserve for Thursday. And my buddy Steve, him and Cassie, they absolutely crushed the whiting Monday morning. I think they had it looked like 25 or 30 fish in a bag, and they were some big ones. She had a 17-inch whiting. That would definitely be a tournament winner in most whiting tournaments. So they're out there, guys. And we'll go live tomorrow afternoon. We'll get a water report for y'all. Send us some fish pictures. Hit that subscribe button. And we'll also have some information coming up for another surf seminar. We're going to try to do a few other things with it, talk about the line, maybe the rods, maybe even have someone come in on the beach and talk about lure fishing. I'm not a lure guy for the most part. I'm a live baiter. So I don't like to give too much information on lures. The only lure I'm good at is the gotcha plug, diamond jig, and the pompano jigs. As far as trout, I have caught trout with the lures, but that's not my game. My game's that live shrimp on a float rig. So if we want to talk about lures, we'll bring someone that knows what they're doing and someone who fishes them all the time so you can get the best information. But until next time, guys, tight lines and catch them up.